Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang. Welcome to this video, and the subject today is on how to heal or relieve stress and the connection with holistic health or whole person health, and in particular brain health. And the reason that I'd like to talk about this is because of an encounter I had with a patient recently that was somebody who is not that old, but her MRI that she had done for some other reasons showed some diffuse narrowing of the arteries. That's called atherosclerosis. And it was a little bit surprising to her, to the neurologist, and to me, actually, that she already had these changes. And it led to a really good conversation about what are the contributing causes of her changes in the arteries already. And one of the questions she asked was whether chronic stress could do that, and whether being upset all the time and being nervous all the time could contribute. And so we talked about how definitely that was a major risk factor for developing any kind of chronic condition or worsening a chronic condition that already exists. So the model that I'd like to review with you, and you may have seen this before if you've seen some other videos, is the idea of whole person health being a physical, emotional, spiritual strategy, and that wellness or holistic health is connected to health in all three of these areas. And if you're not focusing on all three areas, you're not really dealing with all the things that are connected to the chronic stress experience. So if chronic stress is going on to any significant degree, it's like pouring oil on a fire, whatever the underlying physical condition is. So in this case, she was well aware that she so-called flies off the handle easily, gets angry easily. And so we talked about how unforgiveness, resentment, anger that's stored up is a big cause of chronic stress because it changes how we feel about ourselves, how we think about ourselves, what I would call our self-image. And so if we don't have a strategy that is dealing with anger, resentment, and unforgiveness, which is essentially a spiritual concept, then we don't have a way to deal with the chronic stress that is coming from all that stuff. And many people have that going on in their life. You might be one of them. And if you have anger, unforgiveness, and resentment, and you've got any kind of a physical condition, I can guarantee you that it is contributing to your symptoms and your condition. So resentment basically happens whenever I am angry about something, I'm angry at somebody, and I choose at that moment not to forgive them, I will have resentment. It will dig right in, happens within a moment for most people, and if I don't deal with it, it will later deal with me, and it contributes to the load of chronic stress changes in my body. So I encourage you today to see health as something that has physical, emotional, and spiritual components. And a lot of times people undersell the spiritual part of it when that's really the foundational issue, because for most people, they're dealing with anger, resentment, and unforgiveness. So I encourage you to approach your health issues, especially if you have a desire to bring relief to chronic stress, to be paying attention to the spiritual issues. And if you'd like more information about how to do this, I encourage you to click on the link below this video, which gives you access to a whole program that I've developed on how to put a good response to this and to integrate health of body, mind, and spirit in your own life. So I wish you all God bless and have a good day.